Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. Am I muted? No. Figured it out. Oh, it was a Saturday. It's still Saturday for me. Nobody can tell me it's Sunday because it's still Saturday. We had a busy, 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 busy Saturday. And I'm trying to get past that. Fights. Fights, guys. But this time they were not in the parking lot. They were in the damn kitchen. So all day I had a billion tables. Every single table was full all day long because there was like this huge soccer tournament. So it was just huge parties of 30 and 40 and 15 and 20. And then a two top would come in and try to get some food. Good luck with that. But the kitchen fell apart, just completely fell apart, fighting all day long. Fights, 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 fights. So instead of being out in the dining room where I'm supposed to be, I have to be in the kitchen because I'm the adult in the restaurant. No, I didn't touch any of them. Ugh. Ugh. No. Not one person in my kitchen that I would ever physically touch if I had to. No, 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 no. But the owner and the chef were fighting. The owner was right this time. Now you're not gonna hear me say that a lot ever. But we had like a billion tickets and the chef was making like one dish from each ticket and putting it in the window. And we can't sell a table until we get all the food. So there's like one dish from each ticket in the window and it's just sitting there. Oh man, no. Didn't grab a broom. No time for cleaning yesterday. The fries just flew where they went, where they landed, and they stayed there. But man, anybody who works in a restaurant, you heard me just say they just started making one dish from each ticket. You will understand what a disaster today was. Luckily, though, front of the house staff is superb. So these guys don't even realize when they opened their restaurant, they knew how to brew beer and they decided to open a restaurant. Oh, ranch all day long. So they decided to open a restaurant. They had zero experience in any restaurants. None of them have ever worked in a restaurant before. And it's a different world behind the scenes in a restaurant. There are rules, there are laws, there are things that you do and things that you don't do everywhere. And they didn't know these laws. They didn't know these rules. So they just thought they would cook food and pour beer. So my niece started working there and asked me to work there. So like for 4 years now, we're 4 years old. We've been trying to tell the owners how to do a restaurant without letting the owners know that we're telling them how to do a restaurant. Because if they think that we, you know, might know more than them, they will never listen to us ever, ever, ever. So, yeah, we thought we had them close, and then today happened, and it's back to square one. How does a chef not know what to do? I don't know. I don't know. See? Oh, yeah. The chefs, they're just angry all the time. They're angry all of the time. And then then when the rush is over, it's like they transform into this other person and they actually say things to customers like, "Oh, you should live your life with peace and love. We're all humans. You should love everybody." And we're sitting there like, "Who the hell are you?" Oh, hi, Charlotte. Bonjour. I know that I have some DMs in a couple places. I'm trying, guys. Really, I'm trying. I can't get to them right now because I have to do a show. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying. I really am. Is your son here? Fozzie? He's not talking to me. Hold on. Bonjour. Is your son here, Fozzie? Is he here at 4:30 a.m.? Oh wait, 3:30 a.m. No, no, it's not like that. Fozzie's saying how he has experience with YouTube channels and he tries to tell me what to do. And I don't listen. Security, I needed you. I needed you today to help me with security. Oh, I should have started with this. I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm still in yesterday. Ah, I feel stupid now. I should have started with this. Bill, I know Bill's not here, but holy cow, Bill, that stream last night. You had old squishy Gardner in there. Are you kidding me? Holy cow, that's that's exciting. I was stoked when I heard it 4 minutes ago in chat here. That's awesome. Oh, I tried to get to your stream last night, but I couldn't. I couldn't. I popped in for a second to let you know I'm happy you're streaming, but and I missed old squishy Gardner, which is absolutely fine because he should be talking to you, Bill, and I am so excited for you. Allie, I'm so excited for you. That was so cool. I would have been screaming at my screen if I would have known old squishy Gardner came into your chat yesterday. Wait, wait. Oh, is that your son? Okay, because this is what I read, and I agree. I am here, one of Fozzie's. Okay, okay. Now, everybody who knows Fozzie knows he has 17 different personalities, and we don't know which one we're going to get every day. He's like Sybil for crying out loud. So I thought, I thought one of Fozzie's personalities were coming out today that I have to try to force back together at the end. Mm. So should I just call you Co or Cow? If you pronounce that in Australian, you're a cow. No, it's a ka. Ka. Your dad's special. He is very, very special. He keeps telling me what I need to do, and I don't listen, and I should. I hit it, Kelly. Don't start with me. I hit it. Oh, Squishy Gardner came to Bill. That's so cool. That's so cool, Bill. See, I told you, Bill. You don't listen to me, Bill. Okay. I cheated just a tiny bit today. First, first, can I just show Fozzie something quick, guys? We're gonna start somewhere. So let me find it. So I worked a double because we just went over it. I just spoke about it for like 50 minutes. I was tired when I got home and I was trying to get content together, right? And I was texting too. I was trying to get content together and texting too. And this is what I was watching to try to get content together.
Of January. Can't talk about the case. You can't do any research. You can't form any opinion until the case is delivered to you for deliberation. With that,
Hey,
have a great
PayPal.
lunch. We'll see you back at 1 p.m.
Okay, great. I
helped to get access to safety and healing. Yes. Often a chaotic family system will help shift attention away. And so there can be chaos over here that's being paid attention to while this other trauma
Yeah, I was muted. So I was trying to talk. I was trying to get content. I was trying to feed the animals and finally feed myself. And this is what I had on. Can you blame me for accidentally falling asleep? Can you blame me for just, I fell asleep during a whole bunch of conversations. I'm not muted anymore. I know. I fixed it. Moet? Is it Moet? Did I say that right? So that's why I fell asleep while talking, guys. It happens. Yes, Bobby, I knew you were gonna blame me. Ha, Co, what do you think? Are you gonna take your dad's side on this, Co? Yeah, not just not just you. Co, are you gonna take your dad's side? Uh, Kelly, it's backwards. All right, let's get started. We're gonna get started with this one.
Up every person that featured that video on YouTube, even the civil rights attorney, San Juan. I sent all the links to you.
You can't tell me what anybody else said that's not here. So
Okay.
tell me.
Okay, but
so I understand about the December 31st or the December 2023 incident, but the petition he's brought is not about that incident. He's brought a petition to you alleging some other things since that.
Oh my God. Old Squishy's besties here, guys. Everybody behave. Bill is here. Hey, Bill.
Incident.
Well,
So
that was
do
the
you have
first-
anything?
that was the first TP. He filed a TPO order in August 14th. And then after the 11-12 incident, he came in and filed this TPO order. The things that he are alleging in these TPO orders are completely false. And he
Okay.
I never made contact with this guy.
Bill, Charlotte said hi. Bill, Charlotte said hi. You have to stop what you're doing and say bonjour, or Fozzie will get you.
My investigation team probably was able to find his social media stuff and send
Who is your investigation team? I'm sorry, who is your investigation team?
More so like people that I work with to upload my content on social media. I create content.
Okay, so these are people that work at your direction?
Not my direction. They just send me content and stuff to post. Like,
Thank you.
So are you saying that you or someone that works with you to post on your sites obtained his address and family information?
I wouldn't say no one obtained his address. No, none of his address was obtained. The only thing that they're able to obtain is public records. So when the video went viral, other YouTubers that have been doing this for a minute on bigger channels that my video was featured on, they know how to do different things.
I'll give you an opportunity, Mr. Johnson. So what information about Mr. Johnson was uploaded on any of your sites?
Only his Facebook profile and a number was posted.
A phone number?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this his work number?
I'm not sure what number it was, ma'am.
Was it Savannah Police Department work number? I mean, you know, those usually start with a 65.
No, ma'am.
Hold on, no. I'm talking to Mr. Jones. Hold on.
No, ma'am. It was another number. It was like an out of town number. But since then, since now that I'm aware of the allegation that were being made about the cause, I have deleted that. I have deleted that number from the description.
Okay, and when was that added to or shown on any of your sites?
Well, it was on my YouTube channel, which I posted on my YouTube channel on January the 5th.
Of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Anything else you wish to tell me?
You know, somebody getting this content to show on my own YouTube should have looked at his YouTube at least once before posting this to you guys, but I didn't.
Also, I just feel like this officer,
I don't even know his name.
Is abusing his power and retaliating, intimidating to silence me. And he's using and abusing the legal system in order to do that. Again, I fear for my life because of the fact that he's a sworn police officer. He has the court beside him. He's also a member of the SWAT. And he also has been doing things, and he works with a lot of other people that are at my job and things like that. And he's, abusing his power and his authority. And also, I feel like this order would definitely kind of violate my civil rights of freedom of speech and freedom of press. Because the video that I posted on my YouTube channel was public record. It was a complete unedited version of his BWC from 12/31.
So moving away from any posting, let me ask you this. Is it your plan to not offer any testimony regarding his allegations about the November incident in which he alleges you followed him while yelling at him and making comments for 2 miles?
Your Honor, the only thing I'll say about that incident is we were traveling in the same direction. His car had tinted windows, and he rolled his window down, smiled, and smirked at me. That's how I knew that it was him.
I just checked out his channel. It has police videos on it. Yeah.
And he slowed down. He slowed down in impeded traffic to record me on his BWC, I guess, to get testimony. And at no point on his BWC was I on my telephone. And that is also something that y'all can request in open records. And he made multiple statements of saying that, hey, I got a TP. He made it to Sheriff Deputy. Hey, I got a TPO order on this guy. It's a YouTube video. Continue referring to the YouTube video. He told the supervisor that he unholstered his firearm and had it in his hand. And he even told his lieutenant that I did not make any threats to him verbatim, saying I was going to do anything to him or to his family. And he referred to the threats that he was getting, not saying that I made them, but connecting me to the threats because he said I used the word tyrant, which I just learned what the word tyrant was when the video went viral.
Is that like calling someone lady and someone getting just totally pissed off at the word lady? Is tyrant one of those banned words?
On YouTube, I just learned what the word tyrant was, and I've realized that that's what a lot of people call bad cops.
And let me ask you this.
Maybe people who get pissed off at the word lady are tyrants.
At the MLK parade in 2024, he testified that you looked at him and said, I got something for your pussy ass. Is that something that you deny occurred?
I deny that occurred, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Anything else you wish to tell me before I allow Mr. Johnson to ask you any questions on cross-examination?
I would just ask that the court take this very serious, just as well.
I know, it really makes me jealous. When I saw his setup, I was like, damn, I want me a big microphone too. Mine's so tiny.
They're taking his safety. Again, I'm scared to drive in my own community with the resources that he have, him exchanging numbers with the deputy that was on scene that responded on November the 12th, and that deputy bringing me the TPO order to my job on this Tuesday. This officer has a lot of power and a lot of resources to intimidate, to silence, and to retaliate against me. And I would definitely request that an independent investigation be done to this officer by DOJ.
That's not something, just so you know, that is outside of this court's jurisdiction. This court doesn't conduct investigations. We just adjudicate cases that have been filed improperly before the court. So, Mr. Johnson, do you have any questions of Mr. Jones?
So ma'am, from what I understand, working at SP for the last 5 years.
No, I'm asking, do you have any questions first?
So Malik, how did you obtain my personal cell phone number? Because that is not public records to citizens. Citizens are not able to request phone numbers, personal numbers against officers. So did you get that phone number from Major Young?
That is incorrect, Your Honor. That is incorrect, sir. No.
Okay. Also too, you said that we were driving in the same direction and that I have tinted windows in my front windows. I actually don't have tinted windows in my front windows, sir. And you actually are you denying the fact that you began honking your horn and screaming prior to even being side to side with me in your vehicle, sir?
That did not happen, sir. I never honked my horn.
Okay. All right. And then your last allegation is that I'm abusing my power based upon other law enforcement officers I know in the community. All of my law enforcement relationships are professional.
Hold on. If you want to testify, I'll let you testify again. But if you want to ask questions, ask him.
So are you all right? So what is that? So what leads you to feel that I am abusing my power by way of other officers I know in the community?
Hackman arrived at the scene and he pulled me over with no record of anything that I had done and not proof that I had a cell phone in my hand. And Officer Grimes, who was at the scene on 1231, who did not activate his BWC while he had.
Lori, don't encourage Fozzie, please. Damn it, it's too late. It's already been done. The damage has already been out. Maybe he's not watching, right?
His hands on me and took me out of handcuffs. When he arrived to the scene, the first thing he asked you on his BWC is, you got a TPO order out on him, right? And you said to him, no, the judge did not grant it, but that I should ride for obstruction.
Yeah, I did say that. I don't really have any other questions. I do just kind of have testimony, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Johnson, you have to redirect. What's your testimony?
Yes, ma'am. So from what I was informed of by the other officers on scene that day, Malik actually has a limited driver's license.
You can't tell me what other officers.
Okay.
If they're not here to testify, you can't tell me what someone else had.
Not a problem. Well, I will say this, though. I know that the department does not give out the personal phone numbers of officers without their consent. And that also, too, I've been an officer in Savannah for 5 years now, so I do have personal and professional relationships. However, any street deputy at the Chatham County Sheriff's Office is able to serve a TPO, regardless of if I may have prior knowledge of that person or not through a professional environment. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's the one that served you. The Sheriff's Office is short just as Savannah PD, and sometimes they allocate their certified officers to go and look for individuals to serve temporary protective orders, sir.
Officer Johnson, do you have the body-worn camera from the November incident?
No, I can.
The footage?
I could open record really quick, request it. However, it is on Malik Jones's Facebook currently.
It's on your page, Mr. Jones?
Well,
from the November incident?
Not all of his BWC is, but I actually do have the BWC. I have all the BWC from that incident. But the part of when his officer pulled up on the side of me and I requested lieutenant stuff, I did go live on Facebook.
Is that some of what you submitted? Is that footage some of what you submitted to the clerk through that website, Mr. Jones?
No, ma'am, I don't. Let me go back and look.
Your Honor, I actually checked SEC WebEx up and down. I don't see any email from Mr. Jones.
You don't see any? Okay, Mr. Jones, the clerk is saying he did not receive an email from you at that I can never remember the email. What's the email?
SCC WebEx.
Well, I sent it over to you. I'm looking at my sent mail now.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there a body-worn camera footage from the November incident in what you have available to send to the clerk, Mr. Jones?
I have it right here, ma'am, on his Facebook too.
Are you able to play it?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
All right. Can you, I guess the best thing is you can hold it up to the camera. I don't know. I would need, I'm not certain. Are you able to record it? All right. If you can hold it up, maybe I can see it.
The top part is my BWC.
So the top part is your body-worn camera. What's the bottom?
That's where Marisa zoomed in on my face and zoomed in on the gun being near my leg. He's also be advised he's now currently threatening my family. Bye, y'all. See for him being on his phone. He's currently recording me, so y'all want to pull him over. And yeah, like I said, I have him blocked. Right, let me see. I can actually just go unblock him and I can go to his actual page. 1 second. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't know I'd be able to pull this up right now.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Can you ask Mr. Jones to give the email address that he sends the email from?
It
Mr.
would be
Jones,
the lawmogul@gmail.com, sir. It's sent.
Okay, at 3 a.m.
Lori, of course I have an Amazon wish list. What person doesn't have an Amazon wish list? There. Here. There's my Amazon wish list.
Yes, sir. I'm about to say they dealt. Well, that's more, but I seen some stuff yesterday too.
All right. I have access.
hold on, Mr. Johnson. Is there any video footage?
These are they're YouTube links, so we can't upload that to.
Yeah, I can't upload it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it has to be a video. So they're YouTube links. I can forward you this email, Judge.
I sent
Well,
like 3 emails.
Yeah, you
That's
sent one YouTube link.
That's
and then
okay.
There's another one with a whole bunch of text in it, a timeline, and another one with text.
Okay. All right.
And
Anything else, Mr. Johnson?
Yeah, I was just gonna finish playing the rest of the video. I think it limited to limited.
Of course I have a wish list. Who doesn't have a wish list, Lori?
I don't know how long it sounds like again.
Do you recognize this as the body worn camera footage?
Yes, ma'am. That'll probably be the DC. Currently recording me, so y'all to pull him over. Oh yeah, I guess that's all that he uploaded.
All right. What I'm gonna do is to the extent Mr. Jones, you said you have the body worn.
Kelly, do you just want mine? You can no one's gonna buy any of that. No one. Kelly, you can just have my wish list.
Camera footage, but you didn't send it.
Yes, ma'am. I have. I did an open record request, and I do have the BWC and the CRN that it is tied to. I do.
But you didn't forward that with your submissions.
Funny thing about wish lists on Amazon, you can do them in 2 ways, which I just found out a second ago. You can share a link and let other people add or remove things to your list, or you can share a link where they may not add or remove anything from your list. Fozzie, guess which one I picked?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Any particular reason?
Because I was trying to figure out how. I was just thinking I was going to be able to present it in court. But the files are so big because it's so much on there. But I mean, like I said, I have access to it. I can actually probably turn my camera around and play it on my.
A YouTuber freaking doxed a police officer. His cell phone number only. A YouTuber doxed a cell phone number of a police officer on his YouTube channel. And doxed. A YouTube gave out a cell phone number of a police officer on his YouTube channel. Said that he got this information by public information from his viewers. His viewers gave him this information from the Freedom of Information Act or whatever legal way they got it. So it sounds like, what if you're listening to this, this guy is suing this guy. That's not what's happening. This guy is, and I don't know if this is civil or criminal. I don't know. But we're going to find out, I think. I just can't remember. Sorry, I have a lot of videos. But this guy is the victim. This guy right here is not the victim. Damn YouTubers think they own the world.
TV, but his first initial, that video that you showing, that video is actually 9 minutes long, but it was broken up to point out, him basically exaggerating and fabricating that I'm following him.
If there's a video, I'd like to see it.
Okay, I can pull it.
This and get the video. No, I need it so that it could go into evidence. Is what would need to, if I consider it. So why don't we do this?
Funny you said that, because I just learned 2 minutes ago. And the funny thing is, I didn't know I knew how to do that, because when I went in to make a list, I Googled it first. How do you do this? And then I went in to make a list. And I think I have other lists made. I didn't stop and look, but I think I did. And I think I actually accidentally made another list while I was trying to add things.
I don't know, Mr. Johnson, if you're able to get it quicker, or Mr. Jones, if you want to, is it on a thumb drive, Mr. Jones? How did you, when it was given to you, how was it submitted to you through the Open Records Act request?
I have it downloaded on my iPad right here next to me, and in my Google Drive, and I also have it on thumb drive that I just picked up as well. So
There is a TPO involved. This could just be a TPO case, or it could be more. But yeah, there is a TPO involved.
like I say, it's really accessible now. I would just have to send it over to you in a Google Drive.
Yeah,
like
no, I
did
would
the other
need
one.
it. Well, Mr. Bryant, is that a way? I have to have it in a format that it can be maintained in evidence if I consider it. Mr. Bryant?
Yes, if
How-
it's in a flash drive, yes, we can admit that.
Yeah, I would need a flash drive. Well, let me ask you this. Do you both agree that I guess I would have to get the flash drive, Mr. Jones, is the way that it would need to be brought to the clerk's office. You can show it if Mr. Johnson can authenticate. I just don't know if what's on the flash drive is going to be the same thing. I can continue this if you can get the flash drive to the clerk's office, Mr. Jones, and then I can play it, and both of you can confirm that that's the same video.
Officer Johnson's a police officer.
Sure, send me your address, and just so that I know you're a real person and not a robot, send me your credit card number, including the 3-digit code on the back end. I will get that for you.
So, I'm keeping my copy, so I think it'll be easy for him. I've already spent about $50-$60 in open record requests
Okay.
for this.
All right, well, I can make my ruling without it if that's the case. If Mr. Johnson, you said you don't have it either, because I know it goes up into the system.
And then I would have to open records request it since I'm purely, since I'm purely the victim in this matter with him right now.
Okay, all right. So, and Mr. Johnson, just so we're clear, the November incident that occurred, you said, and it ended at Daffin Park?
No, ma'am. It began. It started at Victory and Cedar, right in front of Daffin Park, and it ended. Are you familiar with the Chick-fil-A on East Victory Drive?
Yes.
Yeah, it ended probably about.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? He didn't say, do you know the, North 501 or, north from the police station? He said, it's right by the Chick-fil-A. See, that's the world we should live in. It's easy.
400 to 500 yards after that.
And just so I'm clear, is it your testimony that he continued to engage with you until, how did the engagement end? I guess is what I'm trying to understand.
The engagement ended by me going around another car to then be in front of him, and when another officer came up behind him and pulled him over.
So for the period of time that you say he was engaging with you, you two were side by side?
Would it though? Would it hurt?
Yes, ma'am. And then eventually the road began to merge into a 1-lane road because they were doing construction. So that when I went around the car, so that we would have some type of barrier in between us. And then that was really the last time that I could be within earshot of him saying anything to me.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Johnson? Mr. Jones, do you have any other questions as I asked him some more questions about the incident? And it's just about what he just testified to. I'm not opening up cross-examination.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
To cover other matters.
Would you say that you stopped in front of me and put your car in park and activated your blue lights? Just as the officer pulled on the side of me to activate his blue lights to initiate the traffic stop?
So I am almost 100% sure that Officer Blackman had already initiated the traffic stop on you with his blue light, sir. And in order for me to preserve his safety, I activated my blue lights and exited my vehicle and allowed him to be the prime.
Eric understands me. Eric understands exactly what I'm saying. That right there, I would never get lost if I would get directions like that. Never in a million years would I get lost. Eric, thank you. No one understands me here.
Primary officer.
But the officer initiated the traffic stop off of your response of peacefully being on my phone.
Negative, sir. He had independent probable cause as well of you being on your phone, sir.
Okay. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else you wish to tell me, Mr. Jones?
Pertaining to that, and watching the BWC multiple times, the officer never had probable cause to pull me over. He pulled me over after, as you see in the BWC, that as you see in the BWC, that he says that he had probable cause for being on the phone, and I was actually behind him because the traffic had stopped. The lane that I was traveling closed, so I happened to have to get behind him, and he activated his lights, and they kind of Officer Blackman came on the side and kind of like boxed me in, and when Blackman and this officer came to my window, it was intimidation. I also made a 911 call as well to document how I fear for my safety.
I need toilet paper because y'all full of shit.
And that's the reason why I did not get out my car immediately, because it looked as intimidation or retaliation.
All right, thank you. All right, so based on the evidence that I've heard, Mr. Jones, the court is going to grant the petition. Given the testimony regarding what occurred, the MLK parade, and I understand you're denying it, and the officer's testimony regarding the incident on November 12th, and posting what clearly didn't appear to be a business number. And I will state that the general state of the law, officers' information is not, unlike most public employees, most public individuals could not make an open records act request to get an officer's personal information for what may be obvious reasons, because of the type of work that they do. To have someone having their personal phone number or even an address could be dangerous. So the court does find that your activities constitute stalking based on a harassment that places someone in fear, reasonable fear for their person, the safety of themselves or their family. So I'm going to order you to stay at least 500 yards.
I don't know, Co, but you're going to have to get a webcam, a dash cam for your car. And then I know at least once a week while you're driving, especially if you drive like Fozzie, that you have an almost near-death experience in the car. People, I know it's their fault. Don't worry. I know they pull in front of you when you're trying to get in their lane. So this is what I'm going to need from you, Co. I need you to install a dash cam and just upload that footage right to me. And once a week we'll have how's Go driving today. That'll be great.
Way from this officer, his family, his immediate family, his residents, not make any kind of contact with him, direct, indirect, or through any other persons or through social media.
Your Honor, can I ask you a question?
Who's speaking? Mr. Johnson? Mr. Jones?
No, that was Mr. Jones.
Who was speaking?
Your Honor,
Mr. Jones?
Me, Mr. Jones. Your Honor, I create content.
Yeah.
And everything that I post on social media is BWC. So how would this, and I also make a living off of this. So how would this affect my ability to post the BWC that Officer Johnson will be in a lot of because of my...
I didn't have one because I live in America, but I made one out of cardboard.
I think you need to consult with an attorney. What I'm saying to you is, at this point, you're not able to post about Mr. Johnson, his family, his place of work, his residence, in terms of connected to him. So how you want to have that interpreted as to what you say you do to earn money on your social media sites, then you'll need to consult with an attorney whether or not what you think you want to do is going to be violative of this court's order. I can't give you legal advice because if you're brought back before me, well, I can't give anybody legal advice for that matter. So what I'm saying to you is, following this individual, Mr. Johnson, posting personal information about Mr. Johnson, his phone number, his residence, his family members, contact information, following him, his family members, getting within 500 yards of him, getting within 500 yards of him could be considered violation of this court's order. Okay.
And now I need more toilet paper.
I never followed him though. We were traveling in the same direction.
I've already made my ruling. This order will be in effect since from today until November 21st, 2025. And if you violate the court's order, I have to warn you, Mr. Jones, you could be subject to being held in contempt, which could result in up to $1,000 fine or up to 20 days in confinement, or you could be charged with aggravated stalking, which faces, in which case you'd be facing up to 10 years in prison if convicted. All right, that's the court's ruling. And you'll both be served with a copy of the order.
Thank you.
Is there any way that Do you have an overseer board? Like, is there any way that someone else can review this case as well?
Mr.
after
You're
y'all
asking
leave?
me again about legal advice. You can speak with an attorney about that, okay? All right, thank you both. We're adjourned.
Thank you, ma'am.
Damn content creators. They think they own all the videos in the world that might be on the internet. Okay. So I'm looking, it's here somewhere. Let's go to, I don't even know what this is, but we're going to go to it.
According to Marcy's law, we have to notify the victim, so
Okay, we just, oh no, this is the same.
he is no longer employed with Coastal State Prison, which is where he was working at the time of this incident. So we would ask that this be set down for a plea date.
Mr. O'Brien?
Your Honor, while plea negotiations are underway, there are some details to be worked out. The defense is ready if we were to proceed today, and we were set out to proceed. And I understand the state's position on locating the witnesses. And the court does recall, this was set out, for a bench trial last week.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you opposing the continuance?
I am opposing the continuance.
Stop there, dude. Stop right there. Okay, this lawyer, if Pegleg was in here, Pegleg would blow his lid. Absolutely blow his lid. So there's no witness. They don't have a witness here. It's trial day, and the state does not have a witness here. So the judge just asked him, do you oppose a continuance? This man, just if he took the plea deal, he would get 10 years. Okay? So he's looking at a lot of time. There's no witness here. The judge just said, are you opposing a continuance? I'm going to go back 10 seconds, and then here we go.
For a bench trial last week.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you opposing the continuance?
I am opposing the continuance. I'm not pounding the table in opposition, but just as a matter of practice, I would oppose the continuance, but I'll do what the court asks.
When is this incident alleged to have occurred?
September 2nd, 2022.
Well, the problem is if the plea doesn't work out, I allotted this time to try this case. As you know, my docket is quite extensive. If the officer hasn't kept up with your office, I don't know why I should continue this. I mean,
Judge, I know of no way around Marcy's law in this instance.
I think you have a duty to attempt to notify the victim, but if the victim doesn't give you the means to do that, I don't know why I should continue to move this case further down my docket. So we either try it today or it pleads today, or it gets dismissed today. So you all let me know how you want to handle it. But I'm not inclined to continue this. When's the last time your office has spoken with the victim, Ms. Jones? Or better yet, when did a subpoena go out? Because I'm assuming he would need to be here to testify if we went to trial.
Well, Judge, we had no address for a subpoena.
Okay, yeah. Tell me why I shouldn't dismiss it, unless you're ready to go with whatever you got.
You don't. He has tater tots in his pocket.
Well, now then we would go forward with the plea, I suppose.
All right, well, tell me what we're doing then. You all have a negotiated plea agreement, Mr.
Your Honor, my client is not willing to enter a plea today.
Okay, well, Ms. Jones, tell me why I shouldn't dismiss this for failure to prosecute unless you've got witnesses prepared to go.
Well, again, Judge, this was set down, I believe that it was scheduled last Thursday, if I recall correctly.
From what docket was this on last week?
Oh, the trial docket.
For my jury trial? Yeah, it was on jury trial docket, so he should have been subpoenaed for that. Because we were scheduled for trial. Can you confirm for certain? Because you don't. have my little note on here today that says.
No, it
I
was
don't
on a
think-
jury trial docket call,
It
and I
was.
was the one that asked for the bench trial.
I think that this was pursuant to a request for a bench trial, Judge.
I know, but my point is, if it was confirm for me, was it on a jury trial docket? For the bench trial? Okay, all right. But you wouldn't have been able to subpoena. So assume you thought you had a deal today and the defendant decides not to take it, or I decide not to accept it. We'd be going forward with trial. But you're saying you don't have a witness here,
That's
the
correct.
victim. And so if there's no plea, then we either go forward with trial, or if the state's not able to go forward, tell me why I should dismiss it. Because I honestly don't have much time to schedule another bench trial in the foreseeable future.
Judge, this was a rather significant incident. There
I am not a lawyer. I wish there was a lawyer in chat right now, because here's what I want to know. Okay. If this case gets dismissed today, if it gets dismissed today, is it possible? I think it is possible. Okay, he has a plea right now for 10 years. I don't know what he did wrong, but I know that he can only get 10 years if he takes this plea today. All right? This case should get dismissed today. If the defense lawyer would just try a little hard, this case would get dismissed today in 2 more minutes exactly. But it's going to get dismissed without prejudice. So it means that the prosecutors could possibly get him again. All right. This case is from 2022. The victim used to work in the jail. The victim is no longer in the jail and can't be found. They can't find the victim. All right. Now, if they refile, if they find the victim and refile this case, is it probable? Is it probable he's not going to get a plea deal like this the next time? So I wonder if that's what his lawyer is thinking. You know, we have 10 years. We could take 10 years. If this goes to trial, he might get life in prison. I don't know what he did wrong. So if they refile, you think the prosecutor will say, no plea. We gave you a chance for a plea, and look what you did.
was a habeas issue involved with it. I've been in contact with Mr. O'Brien. I did meet with him in person yesterday. I extended a plea offer. It was my understanding this morning that had been accepted. There was just a simple matter of, I believe, calculating time already served. But the offer for the record was that he would need to plead to one of the felonies charged. And Mr. O'Brien informed me that Mr. Gibson's intent was to plead to count 3, right, in a penal institution. Regardless of which charge he chose to plead to, however, the understanding was that the total sentence would be 10 years, of which 5 would be confinement, suspended upon compliance with probation and no new arrest, and the balance probated. So all other terms and conditions, I believe, were already worked out.
That came out of left field.
We did have an agreement.
Right. I don't know.
Riot in a penal institution in 2022. They have one witness. A riot in a penal institution in 2022, and they only have one witness that doesn't work there anymore. They don't have, I don't know, the warden.
So I can't force him to take a plea
I understand.
if he's now saying he doesn't want to move forward with the plea. Just as the parties couldn't force me to accept the plea, even if you have an agreement, and I could have said I'm rejecting the plea, in which case then we would proceed to trial. But you're telling me you can't proceed to trial today because you don't have a victim.
We've already submitted an investigative request, Judge.
When was
We
that?
were in contact with prison officials yesterday. Unfortunately, they have no forwarding information on file. So
This case was from 2022. It was scheduled for trial last week. And they contacted the prison yesterday.
we'd reached out earlier in the week as well. So at that point, an investigative request was submitted.
All right. Anything else, So are we moving forward with the plea today, Mr. O'Brien?
I have a moment with Ms. Jones, Your Honor.
Who the hell is
Sure.
Lucy?
Take a 2-minute recess. I'll be right back. Thank you. All right, we're back on the record. Mr. Jones and Mr. O'Brien, what is the announcement as far
I'll tell you what I didn't do, Bobby. I didn't spell Lucy's name wrong.
as this case?
We've been unable to come to terms, Judge.
All right, well, motion to continue is denied. The state can call its first witness.
In this instance, the state would not prosecute.
Oh, Mr. O'Brien?
What does that mean?
We're ready to call, Your Honor. I would say court grants the no prosecutorial objection.
What does that mean?
You said it would
60
be
days
what?
in show.
I would object
I'll do
to
it.
no
What is it?
ready to try.
All right, so the motion in all process denied. This matter is dismissed with prejudice. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that was dismissed like that. Travesty of justice. So oh, 60 days in jail. 60 days in. Got it. I think I would absolutely get a copyright hit if I did that. Did she? No. I missed that. No. Did she really say with prejudice? Is JoJo the only one paying attention here, guys? Come on. I can't pay attention. I'm busy. That's crazy. Oh, if it's on A&E, I absolutely can't play it because I will get nailed. That, the shampoo incident? You know the shampoo incident that I played the other day, right? You guys remember? It was hilarious. I got nailed for that one. I got nailed for it. I had to cut that piece out. I had so many red marks all over that video. Okay, but it's gone now. I don't know. I would do it because I need a vacation. I just do. And I feel like if I'm on a TV show, it's like a paid vacation. I feel like they would pay you to do that, right? No one's just gonna go. Well, I would. Never mind. Bill would never just go to jail for 60 days. He's got like a whole family and everything. So, unless it's for money. What did Fozzie do now? All right. Okay, so when you dismiss it, when a judge dismisses a case, they can dismiss it in two different ways in this context. You can do it with prejudice or without prejudice. The first one, with prejudice, means that the state can no longer refile this. It's over. It's done. This case cannot be tried again. Without prejudice means it's dismissed, but if you get your act together and get more stuff, you're welcome to file it again and try again. This case was dismissed with prejudice. That means even if the state finds this officer from 2022, or I don't know, gets the frickin' warden to come in, they can't. They can't redo this case. And this guy started a riot in a penal institution, and that's really like all judges hate that. Like that's really bad. Everybody hates that. You get many years when you do something like that. Many, many, many years. And she just dismissed it with prejudice, which is, a pretty big deal. Next. Okay, remember how I said I cheated? So this was enough for my content. I could pop in a Judge Fleischer real quick, but it's 5 minutes shorter than what I would like. And I didn't have time to find 5 more minutes between the time I got off work last night, my little nap, and the beginning of the stream. So what I did was I just took 2 more clips from stuff that I did a while ago. And I'm going to start with my favorite one. Well, not my favorite ever, my favorite of this today. So this is from me from a while ago. So you're going to hear me talking, and she's freaking annoying, but just breathe through it. All right, here we go.
The wound track was from front to back, left to right, and upward. Deformed non-ejaculated bullet was recovered from the head and detained. There was also a perforating entrance gunshot wound on the right chest. And
Come see.
So Judge King left the bench, right? Well, you would think a smart judge would go back to his chambers and wait. No. This man, right? I don't know if you can see him right there in the screen. That's Judge King running into the fight while walking.
what happened? The last case, either side are arguing up there. No, each other take them to family stuff. Yeah. Right, yeah. I was worried about them saying. Yeah, I was worried about y'all. I can't. Come on, go this way. No, this way. Go this way. It's in the, let me see if it's in there. You have a seat right here. Right here.
There's Judge King walking back in. We all about to get yelled at, guys. Be prepared.
I'm going to need at least 2 case notes for contempt.
Judge, can I just explain? I feel like I partially got the ball rolling on this incident on accident. I just heard someone in the witness room yelling, so I opened the door to make sure they were okay. And the family came over, and that's kind of how the two were brought together because I opened the door. No, they're lying. That's not how it started. And then it's kind of lying.
Nobody's talking to me.
So that's
I missed it.
an original fight until I opened the door and kind of escalated from there.
So who came to the door?
Girl, she was standing.
Again, nobody's talking to you.
No. Eileen, you didn't watch Judge King yet? He is so good. He's really good. He's one of the boss judges in Michigan. Not anymore.
Judge, I would indicate the family member that did come over to the door to me was just a family member that was concerned because we thought something was happening in the witness room. We just heard a female yelling. I thought it was one of APA hits his witnesses and something was happening. So we both came to the door to make sure whoever was in there was okay. And that's why that family member had to come to the door.
So what happened when they came to the door?
There was an argument.
So I want that family member. Who's that family member? Mom. Where is she?
They want to go get her.
Okay. I want her.
All courts. All of them.
I called downstairs.
Okay, what's your name? Date of birth?
Seven oh five oh three. What's her name? Jasmine Lockett. Is that with a Z or S?
Tell me your name, man.
Veronica Johnson, Anya Boyd K.
Veronica Johnson.
Anya Boyd K, yes.
I bet you this woman. Okay, so I'll tell you after this, but I bet you this woman could hold her ground in a fight too.
Johnson hyphen ANYABUIKE.
Your date of birth?
May 17, 1971.
Who's gonna be staying at this as well?
Put handcuffs on me?
Excuse me?
You said put handcuffs on me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Officer, 5403.
So it's probably too late to have the attorneys for these ladies, so we'll probably have to take their matters up tomorrow.
I would assume that they'll have some sort of personal bond or cognizance.
Oh, no.
You're certain Ms. Lockett's gonna be here. She appeared for court today. I'm sure Ms. Johnson will come back. This is her son's time slot. Judge, I don't feel like they need to be held over.
You don't disturb my proceedings while I'm trying to conduct business in here. You don't bring that foolishness down here, period. I don't care what side you fall on. And I explained that before we even got started. Take that foolishness somewhere else. You wouldn't do that in any suburban car. You're not going to do it here either.
I did not.
I saw you with my own eyes.
See, he saw her.
No disrespect, but you was just not right. I wish you would let me tell you what happened.
You'll have an opportunity tomorrow to tell me what happened.
Thank you.
All right, they can go back. I got work to do.
Thank you for being fair. Give me my wallet. Take my money out.
Let me get one mail, officer. I got a mail right here, please. Let me take her down.
I was having a private conversation.
Okay. You can just take her.
Oh, you did something. You know you did.
Questions, you come on. You don't have an opportunity for your mom. Stand right here. Don't move.
Whatever.
And Judge, I'm sure the court will take care of it to make sure there's like a keeping that rent for the two.
Yes, they
Yeah,
will.
where is that?
Oh, okay.
Yo, you asked for it. Brad, you changed your icon. I just noticed it. Because it looks so similar. You asked for it. So she comes, there two people get arrested and taken back. And they go back in front of him the next day. And they get a tiny slap on the wrist. And after he calms down and they say their spiel about what really happened, they go home. So, all right, one more from back in my past. Hey, Tina.
Last name
Allen, Judge Allen.
CHRISTIAN. First name SAMANTHA. Anyone with that first or last name in our virtual courtroom with that person, please state their full name.
Samantha Joe Christian.
And we have multiple bench warrants. Counsel will start with this one first, file number 2000.
All right, this is a big ask. This is a big, big, big ask. I don't know. I don't remember who was with me then. Back at the beginning, I had a case with this guy, and it's gone now. I had to delete it, and it was so good. But does anyone else remember the day I think he had them both. Oh, no, okay, so the girl was in jail for domestic, violence, and the guy came in as a witness or whatever to, victim impact, saying that he doesn't want her locked up, blah, 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 and, it's like, the guy has been in front of him a lot of times to because of domestic violence against her, and then she's in there for domestic violence against him, whatever. Do you remember, was anybody in here with me way back when I played that and he said, there are multiple, 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 multiple. Do you remember that? It was the greatest clip from him. I loved it. I wish I still had it. Like, I wanted to make mugs out of it. I wanted to make, you know, I have a coffee cup here somewhere saying you are not at the 36th district court. You are not at the 36. Like, it's all over this cup. You Judge Bryant. I wanted that mug. I wanted my own mug. Multiple, 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 Lori, you remember that? Wasn't it so good? Oh man, I wish I could get that again.
2017-1420, the bench warrant indicates that she failed to appear for a pretrial hearing on December 11th at 9:30 in front of Judge Hoffman, and this is the 6th failure to appear warrant we've done for her. Why did she not show up to court, counsel?
There are a number of things that are jotted down here, but 6 FTAs is very excessive, Your Honor.
And he's been in and out of the hospital. I'm outside of the hospital right now in the
Hi,
car.
Jen. So I don't know when I go back and get my older videos, for some reason on YouTube, they're choppy. They just skip seconds here and there. Hi, Slytherin, and I don't know why, but that's what we're dealing with.
Okay.
Because
And
he's having
Miss Christensen, I'm really sorry about your child. I am. But ma'am, these cases, you have so many failure to appears. I'm sorry about your child, but
I know, Your Honor.
Unreal. This is unreal. So you can stop talking, ma'am. Just stop talking, because I know basically you're going to give me a whole lot of excuses, but with these types of cases and the number, there are so many bench warrants for you for not attending. And I don't even know what your excuses are for not attending in 2021 and 19, 18, 17. That's how far back it goes. In 2020,
I'm trying to fix
early
it.
2020, early 20, early 16.
There's no reason for me to be missing these court dates. And that's why I'm trying to get all of this stuff taken care of, because I have 7 kids. There's no reason I'm a stay-at-home mom. There's no reason I should be missing court like this.
You know why everybody knows why she's missing court now, right? Pull your pants up.
And have to risk going to jail and losing my kids because I won't show up to court. So now I have...
Well, ma'am, like I said, you can stop talking, because your history just shows something differently. So just stop talking. We also have counsel. We have on file number 2017-1420, as indicated. There are so many failure to appears on this file. We run one where she didn't show up on December 5th. Multiple bench warrants issued on that file. We have file number 0811685C, multiple bench warrants. She came in, we recalled bench warrants, more bench warrants. These are from early December 2020 bench warrant. That's in Judge Fichtner. Some are in in various courts here. We have file number 7325499, another bench warrant for a failure to appear for a pretrial in December. We have file number 2020401, another bench warrant, failure to appear in front of Judge Fichtner in December. We have file number 0812710, another bench warrant for a failure to appear And this is back in November. This is November. Like I said, it just goes on and on. And Mr. White, anything you want me to know, because she's lost multiple bond money.
I love him. I love him. I love him.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's bewildering. Ma'am, he asked me to talk.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I do know, we know that she does have 7 children. That's a very busy life. And she has a lot of cases that she needs to keep track of. She doesn't keep track of any of them right now. But perhaps from this point forward, she'd be able to get her life in order and get these things taken care of. Because she is going to end up in jail if she doesn't show up. She's going to end up in jail. So, Your Honor, I just, she's a busy lady, there's no question, but there's a lot of failures to appear. We'd ask the court's mercy on this one and see if the court would extend to Miss Christian
Jen, thank you.
One more opportunity on each of these files.
And Counselor, on file number 2017, it looks like she still owes contempt money from December 3 of 2018.
Slytherin.
I mean, it's bad. On file number 2017-1420, on this bench warrant, where she failed to appear 6 times straight, court's going to assess bench warrant costs amount of $50 or 30 days jail. Time, we're closed tomorrow for the holiday. This has to be paid on or before January 2 of 24. We will refer this back to Judge Hoffman, set a $10,000 personal recognizance bond. On that file, we have file number 23-2967, the 3 counts of truancy, and the date of the offenses on those. Looks like this is from this past school year, September through April, this past school year, a number of children listed on that. Bench warrant, dismissed, referred back. Of course, going to set a $5,000 personal recognizance bond, and it will be referred back. On file number,
everybody knows if they ever see Sue Gray get a membership to like scream and shout, right? In case I miss it, I never want to miss it.
3543965. Bench warrant dismiss, refer back, set a $5,000 personal recognizance bond.
Mary, you can be late every single day or as long as you want. You can do anything you want here. You probably remember that. You remember that clip last time I played this judge and it was like multiple, because you were there.
On ticket number 2020401 on the bench warrant. Bench warrant dismiss, refer it back to Judge Fichtner, set a $5,000 personal recognizance bond. Ticket number 7325499. Bench warrant dismissed, referred back to Judge Fichtner, set a $5,000 personal recognizance bond on that one. And ticket number 0812710C. Bench warrant dismissed, referred back, set a $5,000 personal recognizance bond. And on file number,
I can't remember. I think that was my thumbnail though. Back then, it was like, how is she confused? Or I don't remember, but I think that was my thumbnail, something like that.
0811685. bench warrant, dismiss, referred to Judge Fickner, set a fine.
That was shocking that that happened. That's crazy. She just missed all of that court. Oh my goodness. All right, this next one, I might bump the. And she got PR bonds on all of them again. Donald said he was allergic. Donald said he couldn't feel anything. He couldn't feel anything. Okay. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We did it. Okay, this is where we stopped yesterday, sort of. I might have bumped it around. I don't know. You know, I click a lot on my computer. Don't worry about the voice in the background. It's the man behind the curtain. Let's go here.
Last time he ordered her to have the interlock installed on her vehicle. She is not driving the vehicle. It's not drivable. We just need to switch her to a portable.
Oh, no.
I know, no driver.
She has nothing. And it doesn't matter. We ordered you to have an interlock in a car. You haven't done anything and you're without any kind of devices whatsoever, right?
My car that was totaled and it's at my house right now. But I don't have I'm in a rental car that I'm not driving. So I don't have a car to put it in.
So you have no device.
That's correct.
You're not being monitored.
This was actually the first judge ever in America. He was so we didn't know what we were doing. It all happened in Harris County. Like, we were America, but some people were misbehaving. Nowhere else in America, just in Houston, in Harris County. So people in Houston got together and said, well, you know, maybe we need David Fleischer to help us with this, because this is getting ridiculous. People are dying. So they created this thing called Judge, and he was the first judge ever in America. And if you are still in school, make sure you write that in a report.
This is not a good thing, Ms. Lynch, because I ordered you to have a device. And from what I understand here, you never even went and got it.
Just because she doesn't have a vehicle to put it on.
But you come back and you say, hey, Judge, I don't have a vehicle. I need to do something else. You just don't, out of sight, out of mind.
Maybe, but doesn't it look a tiny bit comfortable? Don't you want that? I would love that. That kind of looks really, really comfortable.
That's not the way things work.
Judge, for that violation as well, we instructed her in court and sent a message for her to report to 49 following court to get further instruction over everything so that we could figure out things from there, and she never reported.
Stephen, Ms. Lynch, you haven't done anything. They've literally bent over backwards to help you and do stuff, and you haven't done anything.
You just noticed the wedge.
I wanted to come in today.
Here right now.
The only reason
Where the hell's Linus?
you're here today is because I ordered you here
Yes,
today.
sir. Yes, sir.
She goes with you.
Yes, sir.
Email, text, call, nothing. You know,
I understand. Would you consider setting her a new bond or
of
default?
course, 5,001. And then, you know, if she's unable to, then what's today, Friday, Monday, then we can talk. Okay?
It makes you start.
Yes, ma'am.
Time to hire an attorney that can handle.
I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's fine. And so I will have to appoint him someone, you know. Mr. Jones, let me express my disappointment with you. You were was he in the PTI program?
To my knowledge, he had a
You
previous
were in the
attorney.
intervention program for DWI, and now you've picked up another DWI. You now face another 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney appointed if you cannot afford one.
Yes, Judge. On November 17th, 2024, an officer was dispatched
Might I suggest orange?
To a person down call at the 15,000
Thanks,
block
Brent.
Intercontinental Road, and upon contact, the officer made contact with a witness who advised he observed the defendant to be asleep in the driver's seat of his motor vehicle. Despite the witness's attempts to wake the defendant did not wake up, and the witness turned the defendant's vehicle off in order to maintain his safety. The officer observed the defendant asleep.
I just to tell you something, which I probably shouldn't say. Linus is gonna blow her lid if I say this. And Allie, probably Bill. Fozzie's not listening. Nan won't blow her lid, no. But more people went with us means we banned more people from chat on Friday than Steven took back up to lock up.
Sleep in the driver's seat of the
They
motor
were so
vehicle and
bad.
also had unsuccessful attempts at waking up the defendant. When the defendant finally woke up after the officer made physical contact with him, the officer observed an unholstered black pistol in the driver's door and 2 half-consumed alcoholic beverages inside the truck.
Drinking while driving?
And he says nothing about the unholstered pistol, but that's because it's Texas, y'all.
Yes, Judge. And standard field sobriety tests were refused. DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath and blood. Blood was drawn due to the defendant being unable to give 2 breath samples.
Mr. Jones, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I am now finding that you're a complete and utter danger to the public, and I am taking away your privilege to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive, and I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is if I find that you drive. I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? Because of the nature of the case, because you have an open container, 2 open containers with the DWI, I'm now revoking both of your bonds and I'm going to set them at $25,000 each. Do you understand? He goes with you. I'll sign your motion to withdraw.
She's just there.
Come on around.
At the front, it was there on the case.
Have you guys removed him from the case?
Yes, Judge. He's been removed from the program.
Can you order a guardian interlock, please, Dick?
Which one, Judge?
On the new one, please.
I get that it's November. I get it. This man lives in Texas. I, who live in Pennsylvania and had snow while this guy was standing in Judge Fleischer's court, looked at that coat and said, "What the heck? What in God's name are you doing, kid?" Oh, Rambo. I didn't even know they sold coats like that in Texas. He had to get it on Amazon. I don't even wear something like that when it's 17 degrees below zero here and there's 3 foot of snow outside. He's in, I mean, and if I do, like when I walk into a room, like I take my coat, I take it off because it's this confused me. This broke my brain completely when I saw this coat walk up to Judge Fleischer, and they're in Texas.
What about the?
Is that normal? Is that normal that people wear coats like that in Texas? We barely have coats like that in Pennsylvania. That's why I'm asking.
Co-defendant?
I'm not sure. It landed at 14. They have expensive. Yeah. Standards.
Okay, so you, Zader Yanez. Sir. Mr. Yanez, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On November 14, 2024, officers were dispatched to a theft at a Home Depot in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with the complainant. The complainant observed the defendants enter the store, they observed the defendant walk into the store, walk to a hardware department, and approach a high-dollar Milwaukee hammer drill. The defendant, Giannis, selected one drill off the shelf and proceeded walking around the hardware department. The defendant handed the drill to the co-defendant and both proceeded to the plumbing section. The defendant opened the drill box, removed the drill from the box, and helped conceal the drill into the co-defendant's purse. The defendant discarded the empty box and both proceeded towards the front of the store. Both defendants passed all points of sale without paying. The total was $199.
Okay. Mr. Yanez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go.
If you're in Judge Fleischer's courtroom, the rules are very strict in chat. They are only because there are no other chats like this that I know of. I know there's some chats in other judges' courtrooms, but the chat, you've seen judges take chats away all over the place. We do not want the chat taken away. And if you start saying derogatory comments about the people in Judge Fleischer's courtroom chat, we have to delete them. We cannot let them stay. We can't. If you say something about the DA, if you say something about the judge, especially if you say something about the mods, because, okay, you can say something about me. I won't care. But all the other mods are going to be like, what? Ban, ban, ban. Nobody messes with the mods because all the other mods will get you. So on Friday, there was some wild cases, and the chat was talking about it in a not good way. So we were deleting comments, deleting comments, deleting comments. I mean, it was like a video game. I'm telling you, it's delete, 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 delete. And we were trying to tell people, knock it off. Knock it off. At one point, we even slowed chat down because people were just terrible. And we're telling people, knock it off. This is court chat, knock it off. But they didn't. So I was the one that started it. I was fed up. And if I had already deleted a bunch of your comments and said knock it off, I started timing people out. 60 seconds. So instead of deleting your comment, I no longer press the delete button. I press the timeout button. Timeout, timeout. So I started timing out a lot of people. Well, if I just timed you out and then you get back and you continue, the timeout became 5 minutes. Then the timeout became 30 minutes. I skipped all the rest. So people were very upset that they were getting timed out. And then they would try to come into chat and argue about why they were getting timed out. We don't discuss timeouts in chat. Not in Judge Fleischer's chat. Anywhere else you can, but we don't discuss timeouts in Judge Fleischer's chat. Take it to Discord. Well, not there. So when people started complaining about their timeouts, that's when they were getting timed out for longer and longer and longer. And it was like a big snowball. And we were trying to tell people, if you got timed out, it happens. It happens to all of us. Just, let it go and move on, and don't say derogatory comments about anybody. But people wanted to know, I want to know exactly why I was timed out. Listen, I don't know why you were timed out because I didn't memorize all the 8,000 chat messages that I just deleted. If I deleted one, you said something wrong about somebody. You can't say here. So people got very upset on Friday when they would say, oh, I can't even say some of the comments that they were saying because they were just terrible, terribly mean, horribly mean comments. So it was a snowball. But you guys, if you want to say derogatory comments about that coat, do it here. Go ahead, do it right here. If you want to make derogatory comments about people's hair, do it in Discord. Do it here. Do it anywhere else. Go outside and say it. You just can't say it in Judge Fleischer's chat. That's the only place you can't say it in. Oh, yeah. If you say the word illegal, good, bad, or ugly, I'm eating it. Okay. So if you talk about illegals, I'm eating it. If you talk about an illegal crime, I'm eating it. You can't talk about crime or judge is going to get in trouble. The judge is going to get in trouble if his chat is sitting there talking about fentanyl or robbing a grocery store or punching a woman in her eye. You can't have that. So, yeah, that's why we have Discord. That's why we have American courts. You can go into his show and anything you want to say, unless he eats it, you can say there. You can say anything you want here, unless Fozzie eats it, because Fozzie's mean. But yeah, I mean, it's like it's the judge's chat, and the rules we have are clear. We're given rules, and they're clear. No talk about crimes, no talk about drugs, no talk about politics, no talk about religion, no talk about medication, or you can't give medical advice either. I want to let Nan give medical advice, but we can't. So it's just those are the rules. They've always been the rules. Nothing changed. But yeah, yeah, people had must have been a full moon on Friday. I don't know.
Go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go to any Home Depot whatsoever. Do you understand? If I find that you go, I
Here
will
you
revoke
can.
your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. How old are you, sir? How old are you?
25.
What do you do for a living?
Distribution clerk.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
What kind of money you make?
What kind of money I'm making? 17 an hour.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take your seat in the jury box. We'll get your bond conditions, we'll have you sign it. You're also not to have any.
The problem with that, there's nothing wrong with that comment, right? Except the word illegal. That's a word that if that word is in the chat, then problems could happen. Judge is about to go for re-election soon. I mean, 2026 soon. We can't ruin this for him. We are not going to be the ones that ruin it for him. We're not going to let that one comment shut down chat for everybody because it's stupid. You don't have to say that. There's no reason why you have to say that at all in chat. None. If you have a question, is it illegal to drive 150 miles per hour? Google it. The chat is not a question and answer section. Go to Discord. There are no lawyers in the chat. They can't answer legal. We do, but we can't answer legal questions. So there's no reason at all someone has to say the word illegal in the chat. No reason why someone has to say, murder. Can't say that. You just can't say it. There's no reason someone has to say fentanyl. There's no reason why someone has to talk about the effects of the heroin. I mean, go somewhere else.
Contact with the co-defendant in this case. Do you understand? You violate any of these conditions, you pick up a new case, I'm going to keep you with me, and it's not going to go well for you. You understand? Okay. All right, come on. So can you file no contact, no weapons, and no co-defendant, please?
Yes, sir.
What'd you say?
Food. I don't know.
No, that's okay. We can do it.
Problem with allowing you guys to give medical advice, which would be awesome because so many people in there need it, is that, what if, so you don't know them and you don't know their symptoms. You don't know if they're lying. You don't know anything. And what if they would like follow your advice and something bad happens? You know this because you guys work in the hospital. You're not allowed to give medical advice because something could happen. Yeah. Is that Victoria? Oh my God. So, yeah.
So we brought him here, because at the time of the case review, it looks like he hadn't completed SOP, the DWI through the funded course for the victim impact panel. He has since completed IOP, he's completed SOP on 11/16. The provider told me they won't release their certificate because he has a $435 balance. And so they want
So it seems like getting where it started.
him to do what he needed to do. But he told me, he has been struggling financially. Somebody had asbestos or he was exposed to TB. And so that's why he hasn't completed his community service.
I leave that chat all the time because I have to leave that chat or I'm going to say something I'm not allowed to say. And I go into another chat and I'm like, okay, let's, Victoria, I'm going to bump you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're talking too low. Oh, he went to court with one. That's right. Did we do yellow? I think we did yellow, right? Let's just look. I feel like we did yellow, but that might have been a different stream.
PTI,
She knows about it, right?
yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Good morning, Ms. Hutcherson. It's Hutcherson. So you no interest in doing the PTI program?
She's currently in the
You're wrong.
PTI
She was
program.
just
She's
removed
terminated.
from
Oh, she was removed? Oh,
I didn't have a.
got it. No, yeah, too late.
Plus
Okay, so
23.
Ms. Hutcherson, you've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand, ma'am, yeah, I just see that it was removed. You need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You need to understand that if you ever get pulled over, an officer's going to look at your history. They're going to see this DWI. If you smell like alcohol or dope, it's not going to go well. You know, the other thing.
Citizen, are you in California? Citizen, are you in California? Come on, come on. You got to tell me. Did you make that trip? Did the plane land? You're lucky I wasn't flying with you. Ah, we want to hear about California. Please, please, please. I got a coat for you that you just rewind a little bit that you're going to need if you live in California.
What we're doing today, it's not gonna, I mean, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail from now on for whatever you pick up. So no more proverbial slaps on the wrist.
I
You
let her
understand?
borrow that. Was
You're
that
giving
wrong?
up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, test on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, you give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will stay on your record. You can never take it off. This is what you want to do. How do you plead to the offense, man? You guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will send you to the agreement. What do you do for a living, man?
I work as a receptionist.
And how much money do you make?
I bring home the.
I want you to understand something, man, that, you know, DWI is big business. There's a $3,000 surcharge that usually is tacked on when you pick up a DWI. And when you get a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it, you go to jail for every $100 that you owe. Do you understand? I will waive your fees now. I'm not, it's next time, it's around $7,000 you're going to be walking out. So if you want to get lit, just don't get into a car. $20 a button will take you anywhere you want to go. All right. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Right. Oh, I have to suspend your license. I'm suspending it for 180 days. Thank you so much. I forgot. Just- $45. Okay, Ben. Hey, bud.
More Judge. There's an all in your queue. I was hoping you might sign off on.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do.
I got it. Signing it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you got it. Thanks, bud. Corey. Hey, good morning.
Mr. Adams, Derek Adams.
Okay.
It's a
really old case.
Yes.
I've told him it's time to put this baby to bed.
Yes.
Is there an offer in this case?
No.
How come after 1,258 days, there is no offer?
I'm just hoping we can get a gun safety class and dismiss.
It appears that was
Come up, Mr. Adams.
The delay is probably due to the missing dash cam that's still outstanding that we do not have.
I don't care.
Yes, Judge.
Get on it now.
Yes, Judge. Well,
Why on earth would we allow you to do this class where you get to dismiss this case when it's 1,258 days and you've repeatedly taken off? It's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer it. But I'm telling you now, I'm giving you 2 weeks to decide what to do with this case. The next time you come here, you will either accept a plea bargain agreement or I'm setting your case for trial. Do you understand? Not only that, I'm putting an ankle monitor on your ankle now so I know where you are at all times. Do you understand, Mr. Adams? And the next time you take off, I'm gonna make your bond so high, you're gonna have teeth falling out. Do you understand?
Judge, if I may, my client, shortly after this arrest, he lost his mother, and I believe it's the mother of one of his children.
No, my sister.
Sister. He fell on hard times. He was already, not well employed. And he's been through some rough times in his life in the past few years. He recently got a job working at a Chinese restaurant, and he has 3 children that he helps take care of. I'm not exactly sure when his last failure to appear was. It might have only been 1, but he hasn't been in trouble since this arrest, I think in 2021, right? So I asked the court to withhold from,
Whoa. What do you mean it was a nice trip? I thought you moved there. I thought you were moving there for a bit. Did you come back?
Giving him an ankle monitor. The state's also missing evidence here. If we can come back.
Last time we saw him was 3 years ago, Corey. So, I have sympathy in the fact that everybody has hard times, but your failure to appear on a repeated basis is a constant kick in the ding to us, and I'm not going to take it. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't know why your bond is not at 10,003, because that is what it really should be. Your bond is at 1,002, and it's way off of what it normally would be. Because I'm telling you, your bond should be 10,003, because that's what they're normally set with a person who has absconded as many times as you do now. You're lucky that you're not in custody as it is now. Do you understand? But at 1,258 days, I don't trust you. And so the only way I know that I'm going to keep tabs on you is with an ankle monitor. And like I said, the next time you take off, and it doesn't matter what the excuse is, the bond is going to go astronomical. Do you understand, Corey? I'm sorry, but if it were maybe 500, maybe 300, I would relent on not putting a monitor. But at 4 years or however long this case is, hell no.
I think that reflects his law abidingness, right? That he hasn't been in trouble, had any interactions with the police.
How do I know that?
Well, yes.
I don't know.
He would have been in an orange jumpsuit, I guess.
90 seconds. No, 90 seconds is enough.
Not necessarily. I mean, we don't know how he's been out of county, out of state. Look, you're walking out of here now. You're getting 2 weeks to decide what to do. You're not going into custody now. So you're still walking out of here, but I'm putting a monitor on you. And
don't go near any planes, though, if you're going to be in Spain, because I heard something about rain.
And I'm telling you something else, that I should make you pay for it, where it would cost you around $400 to $500 a month, but I'm going to eat it. So there's no excuse. Do you understand, Ms. Adams? But you got to understand that in court, we hold people accountable. You may be able to live your life like this outside of the free world, but not in court. We will hold you accountable. And the next time, get ready. Take a seat. Of course. Hey, expedite it, whatever you need to do to get that body cam. 2 weeks. 2 weeks,
on
yeah.
the plane.
Judge, for the conditions, I have some from the magistrate as well for remain in Harris County. Did you want to keep that?
No, I mean, I've got a monitor, so I know where he is,
So for all of the conditions, we have the GPS. Do you want that today?
Yeah, right now.
And
It's coming
then
down now.
any other conditions? No firearms, weapons, ammunition,
That's it.
drugs and alcohol?
No, it's fine. Okay. All right, Corey.
Thank you. I almost made the joke.
Did you get anyone else?
Sorry.
Did you get anyone else?
I do have another client.
I have a couple doozies, so get ready.
Yes, I have one of the doozies.
Get ready.
Trying to figure things out. Thank you.
Good morning. I approached earlier this week on conditions of bond for my client, Joe Greathouse. You approved some travel for him. He pre-trial wasn't in the room. I forgot to come back. I was going to come back and tell the dates.
Just
checking. Just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
I saw Amy. Hey, Amy.
Was that the only one that's needed to come out?
Yes, the other one you can send back.
How many cases do you have today?
Just this one and then the other one that we just finished.
Good morning, Judge.
Hi. Soko, happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you too. I've got Mr. Stevens, I believe, Clement Stevens.
Amy, who was it?
Stephen Clement.
Stephen Clement, yes.
Okay.
Judge, there was another arraignment whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let me just talk to Jillian real quick. Hi, good morning.
Two new appointments.
Okay,
First, Miss Arevalo.
okay, so that's Miss Araval in the back in the gray.
Yeah, I spoke.
P180? P180?
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, just whatever you want.
Okay, yes, sir. And then,
Just admonish her 3 strikes. She's already taken off twice. It's not gonna happen again.
Sandra.
Twice already.
Judge,
Yeah.
was that state's bond conditions or pre-trial?
No, I'm not gonna do just, yeah, I guess state conditions where don't engage in behavior. Do you mind filing that? Aravalo?
Yes.
No prostitution.
Yes.
And who else? Jen?
And Mr. Joshua Jones. So I believe you revoked him.
Yeah, he picked up another DWI. He was in the PTI program. I just put a whole host of conditions on him. We've now taken him into custody and just whatever you want. It's gonna take time.
Has a new bail been set on the?
Yeah, I set them both at 25.
Okay.
Yeah, for now. He's on bond for a DWI, picks up another DWI, passed out. He's got 2 open drinks in the car, he's drinking while he's actually driving. So, for now, and then we can always approach later on,
Gotcha. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right, good morning. You are Stephen Clement.
Yes, Stephen Clement.
Mr. Clement. I wanted to let you know that you're not here alone. Your lawyer is here with you, but she's on Zoom. You are wanted out of the state of Callaway, Kentucky, specifically for 2 counts of burglary in the 3rd degree of $500 or more, but under $10,000.
Make him beg. No, make him beg, go wait. See how many times they'll say, wake up.
Are you waiving formal extradition? Okay. We need you to sign the waiver and then we will have Kentucky come pick you up.
Thank you.
Houston.
I don't know if this has been said before. I think it might have been said by me before. But I don't know. I think other people have said it before, but I don't know. I feel like it's not said enough. This is Harris County, Harris County, Harris County, but it's Houston. It's freaking Houston. How often on these dockets do you hear Houston, we have a problem? We should hear that more in Judge Fleischer's courtroom. I'm going to start saying it every single day. Houston, we have. Everybody's going to tell me to shut up. Shut up.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Oh,
Thank you, Amy.
right.
Thank you, Ms. Elko.
got right now. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. Have a great weekend. Okay. Yes, I saw that you guys had, oh, Maple.
Yes, Sean.
You as well, Judge. Thank you.
Take care. Or you want to do the
I
plea
want to
now?
see him in that
I'm ready when you
hat.
are.
Look
Joshua
at
Maple, come up. Mr. Maple, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're going to dismiss the unlawful carrying of a weapon in exchange for your plea on the DWI. You need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die.
You know what else is cool? Comment section. Cujo, Clarice, Julie, Miss Glow commented today. Texas Vernon commented the other day. Listen, I know I'm missing people. MJD comments all the time. Chat is so good. So good.
It's important because if you ever get pulled over, an officer's going to look at your record, they're going to see a DWI. What do you think they're going to do to you if they smell alcohol or dope? Right. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more slaps on the wrist. Do you understand? So if I were you, I would never get in a car, even if you had a sip of alcohol, a toke off a joint, whatever it may be, because you're taking a humongous risk. For $20, you click one button, you can have a car taking you perhaps $30.
I'm not even the strictest one. I'm not the strictest one. I can count 3 people who are more strict than me at comments. But I don't think they were complaining about me. They were complaining about someone else. However, they were wrong because it was me that timed them out. And they complained about someone else. They assumed it was this other person when it wasn't. It was me. I did it. I'll do it again too.
Anywhere you want to go, it's a geographical oddity why it's always $25 to $30 with Uber. Do you understand? Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal.
We're starting to GoFundMe for Co.
Once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. It's a lifetime decision. Is this what you want to do? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to the 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1. There is a surcharge that you will be required to pay for this case.
I want to put on some testimony concerning the surcharge.
Okay.
Mr. Maple, where are you currently employed?
With my uncle. Working with him.
What do you do?
Linus is also not the most strict mod, even by far. Nope, nope, nope.
Look at houses, remodel them, and fix up houses.
How much do you generally make a month?
1,500.
Okay. Yeah, but I take it you have to pay for somewhere to live, correct?
Yeah.
You have to pay for a vehicle, insurance, cell phone, food.
Yes.
When your monthly bills and expenses are paid, does it pretty much equal what you make, the $1,500 you make each month?
I think the judge's stream would be more enjoyable altogether if chat was turned off. Nobody knows how to behave. Nobody knows how to behave, and I think chat should be taken away. I just do. I'm trying to keep it up for everybody, but I don't think it should be up.
Yes.
And would you be unable to pay a $3,000 surcharge based on your financial situation?
No.
Pass witness.
Why on earth would we bend over backwards to help you when you don't give a rat's behind about this case? You have taken off 4 different times. You have failed to appear in this court for court settings. Why on earth have you taken off 4 times? What? So you just don't care about us and work is more important than court, huh? Actions speak louder than words, Mr. Maple, but you have taken off 4 different times. You are lucky that you are not in jail right now as it is. So why on earth would we help you when you don't even want to help yourself? Why?
Just trying to better myself. I should have listened to my gut and come here.
How much do you really make a month, Mr. Maple?
1,500 a month.
Who do you live with?
My dad.
Who are you here with now?
Just the lawyer.
I don't know. You know, it's
Young kid, nope. Not working, not a troublemaker. Just
here's my problem, Mr. Maple. My problem is that you've taken off on us over and over and over and over.
Wait,
Today, you're walking out.
Wait, don't go to bed yet. Allie. Oh, you're good? Allie. Hi, after David. Did you leave already? Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. This is really important. Allie, did you leave? No. Fine. Congratulations on having old squishy Gardner in your chat today.
Out of here and nothing is happening to you. My experience is that when we are too easy on people, they don't get.
Congratulations on having old squishy in your chat today. That's freaking awesome. You and Bill rock.
The message, and they act like a bonehead out there in the free world, and then they end up either picking up a new DWI or doing something else that's even worse. How do I know that you've learned anything about this? Because like I said, with how bad you've acted with us over the course of the last 7 months, you're skating out of here with a proverbial slap on the wrist. How do I know that you have learned anything, Mr. Maple?
Because I got my baby brother looking over me and I gotta do better.
Here's what we're gonna do. I will take off the $3,000 surcharge, but you will be required to pay the court costs in this case, for which are around $500. And I'm gonna tell you now, if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit in jail for 1 day. So you'll be required to pay for something. And if you don't pay it, your butt will sit in jail for almost a week. Do you understand? And I'm gonna tell you now, the next time you come back.
Everybody hates me. Everybody hates all the mods. Everybody says that we are power hungry and all we've been called all this stuff. There's still one guy in chat who said some really mean things to me once, and he's still in chat because this was before we were banning people. And I'm waiting for him to say one thing to me. I'm waiting, but he didn't. So yeah, it's just stressful. We are hated. We are the hated mods.
If you come back with the DWI, it's around $6,000 in surcharges, not to mention court costs. So you can look forward to around $7,000 in fines and fees. If you want to drink, if you want to get loaded, if you want to smoke, find another way.
Me too.
Do you understand? Because if you come back, it will be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand? I'm suspending your license for 180 days. You are not allowed to drive at all.
I am
If you drive,
anti-power.
that in and of itself is a Class B misdemeanor, just like a DWI, a driving on a suspended license case. Heed this warning. There won't be another one. Do you understand? All right.
Your Honor, any previous suspension from this incident, would it run concurrent?
Really? Really?
There's no drama here,
No.
David. We're fine here.
No, there has to be some kind of consequence, man. Really taking off 4 times? I'm taking off 3,000 now, and he wants me to. I love you. Go. So 180 and then just the court costs. So
Michael may or may not be the most strict mod. I'm not going to say if he is or isn't, but he may or may not be.
only CC, yeah, the 3,000.
Just are you ready for the arraignment?
Did they just say hi to Nan? Oh, no, they don't.
Did she just get here? Miss Alasia Williams? Miss Williams, I'm sorry? Ma'am, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can.
We also are accused of influencing the judge. I can't even tell you how ridiculous that sentence is from top to bottom. We influence the judge. We don't talk to the judge. We don't sit down after court and have a discussion. He says, hi, mods, thanks. And he's the judge. Does he really think that I can tell the judge what to do? Nobody can tell the judge what to do. He's the freaking judge. But anyway, we are so powerful that we influence the judge into making bad decisions. Okay.
Hannah will be used against you.
Idiots.
You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 14th, 2024, the officer observed the driver of a vehicle not wearing his seatbelt, and the traffic stop was initiated. The motor vehicle was occupied by a front right passenger, the defendant. The officer observed a strong odor of marijuana emitting from the vehicle, and the driver stated there were no drugs or weapons in the motor vehicle. Prior to the motor vehicle search, the defendant stated she had a weapon inside the motor vehicle, and a search was conducted where the officer found a purse on the passenger seat containing a 9mm handgun and a bag containing a green leafy substance identified as marijuana based on training experience. The weight of the marijuana was 3.1 grams.
So there was a smell of.
There was an odor, yes, Your Honor.
So what happened with the driver?
I don't see a connected case for the driver, Your Honor.
Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, ma'am? What do you do for a living? I didn't hear you. What did she say?
a DJ, Your Honor.
Oh, you're a DJ. Okay. And where do you work?
Fozzie's green. Yep, Fozzie's green. He is demoted.
Just like bookings, parties, events, weddings, family reunions.
Okay. No more marijuana, ma'am. As long as you can abide, then we'll be fine. How much money do you make a month, ma'am?
800
On average, what do you say? What do you think?
in a week.
A month, on average. Are you able to afford a lawyer? You sure? Do you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, ma'am? It's okay. Let me give you a lawyer, okay? Just don't get in any trouble. Okay, all right. Do you mind giving her a lawyer, please?
It
Or
sort of
an
looks like a
application.
palette.
I need you to fill out an application for me. Fill it out.
You know those the palettes where you put the little the paint drops on and you hold it to paint your picture. It sort of looks sort of like oval, but one side is like squishy.
And then I'll have you sign a receipt of Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in jury box while we find your lawyer, ma'am. Okay? Please.
I have an Amazon wish list question. If someone buys something off of your wish list, does it tell you? Does it send you a message like, hey, just bought a case of toilet paper and it's coming to your house? Or does it not know how to do that? Has anybody ever used a wish list before? That ruins my next plan, Allie. Thanks. A pallet.
Final motion right now. What's next?
I missed it. Did you say there could be only
Alejandro Guardado, come up.
one judge? There's a Highlander reference. I love Highlander.
In your honor, briefly on Williams, were those state's conditions or pretrial for the marijuana? Is that a state's condition for bond or pretrial?
Pretrial.
Okay.
Did you want random testing or just?
Do you know why you're here?
Yes, sir.
Why are you here?
Because I didn't finish my community service. And my class, I did finish, Your Honor, but I got into a tight budget very, very bad.
One of the only other things we asked you to do, don't use drugs or alcohol.
Yes, sir.
And now you're testing positive for cocaine. You tested positive for cocaine in February, and you've just now tested positive for cocaine again. Take a seat for me in the jury box, sir.
I wouldn't watch it if they redid it. I love it too much. I don't want them messing up my stuff. They already mess up enough stuff from the 80s. They don't need to mess up anymore. One of you should have a U, though. All right, guys. No court today. You guys gotta make it through without Judge Fleischer's court today. I know it's hard. I know. But we just had some. We did. And in 24 hours, I'll do a little bit more. You mean the people that the judge asks? No one knows how much they make. Not one person knows how much they make. I make nothing. No, you don't. You work. I don't know how much I make. It varies. Okay. Oh. Yep. What are you talking about? 2 hours? Oh man, no. No. If 2 hours is just the tip, I am out of there. No. No, never mind. So be good. Don't get locked up. Listen, the judge only has court Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. I know everybody's going to ask over and over and over again. I'm trying to tell you. So you guys don't have to ask me. The judge has court Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this coming week because there's holiday. And that I don't mean holiday is in vacation this time. I mean holiday is holiday. If you don't know what days this coming week the judge has court, please ask Allie. She knows because she influenced the judge on which days to stay open. She told him which days she wanted off, and then he worked his court around her. Go to your room, peg leg, and stay there until your father gets home. Oh. Oh, Allie's gonna cut me today. So, Fozzie made this song. Hi, Clarice. I was just talking about. Well, I just said hi to you because you're a commenter, and I said hi. Terry. I'm leaving. I'm going to sleep. I have to be at work. I may not even have time to sleep. Damn. Okay. Yeah. You're ruining my life. Everybody ready for the outro? Hey, thanks for coming. We love to have you here so much. Oh, Monday, I'm going to have a regular stream and I'm going to have a 9 o'clock live stream. You do not have to be at the 9 o'clock live stream, but I hope you can because I have some people coming that I tell them about the chat so much. Tommy's coming. So if you can make it to the 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time stream, that would be great, but you do not have to. No, outro. I'm doing it now. All I have to do, I programmed it in here, so all I have to do is hit end stream like this.
Got these life echoes, digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor, dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes near a sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With each stream, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor, dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle